All right. We got a finals, and it's starting on Dynasty. BYUN in the bottom left side, building a barracks in a bizarre location. I think it's to fake a proxy barracks, but I guess maybe it's because jumping down here is the faster route. He's up against SHIN. It's the top right side. It's the $400 America's Weekly Replacement Cup. That's right, the Stego Mondays Cup, as it's called. I've thrown some prize money in for this one as well, so we are covering half of it. My lovely community helping me support that, so thank you so much. I say I'm putting the money in. Well, I put the money in. It was my own money, but then you guys basically covered it. So thank you so much, everyone who's been supporting today. But this is going to be the gold-based build. And this build, I mean, Dark has done this a ton. Maru failed to punish it, even with a proxy barracks. We've seen Clem lose to this build. I mean, we know how this goes. He takes the gas at about, what, 220 or something, builds 2 queens, builds a Roach Horn at about, what, 3 minutes? 240, something like that is when the Roach Horn goes down. And then you send a Roach to attack the back door, and you send a few more Roaches and potential Speedlings as well. Ravager Ling all in on the front. Now, you don't have to do the Ravager Ling all in, but it is very common. So 2 minutes the gas goes down. Those 2 queens are coming out, 2 Zerglings in the main as well. And the Overlord of SHIN has seen the command center, but he hasn't seen that it is barracks into reactor. So it's Reaper expand into reactor, no marine, nothing behind it, and a second barracks. If those 2 Lings go around the map, they actually could do a really good job of doing a counterattack, but I think he knows that SHIN is not going to do that because SHIN's expecting there to be a wall off and marines and all that. Oh! Get wrecked, son! I knew BYUN would type. Come on, SHIN. Where's the question mark? Where's the question mark, BYUN? SHIN just... Okay, so this is the difference between SHIN and Solar. Solar would have dropped a question mark and started smack-talking him because BYUN and Solar are tight like that. I don't know how tight SHIN and BYUN are, so maybe a bit more respect there. Maybe he's like, I'll be nice. He's like, oh, that was nice. BYUN's like, yes, gosh. Losing his first Reaper, not good. That Roach Horn we were talking about, guys. So the Roach Horn started 39 seconds ago. So it was about 2:15 is when the Roach Horn went down. And this is where you build some Roaches, you get across this map, and if you can ruin that gold mining, that's great. And you should be able to get there well before Stim Marines and Medevacs are ready. The thing is denying a little bit of mineral mining on the gold worth it? Because then you've got 16 Marines with Stim coming at you. And that's where it's really hard to defend these disparate positions, because how do you defend here? What if he picks up and drops there? What if he stims into the main? How do you cover both sides? You don't even have creep connecting your bases. You've got no creep out. So I know that's a little way aways, but that's what you kind of have to think about here from SHIN's perspective. Now, in SHIN's favor, he's not going all in. BYUN's expecting the all in. Dark always commits to this. SHIN usually commits to this. Instead of link speed, he's making a lair, a gas, and he's looking for a third hatchery, which, to be fair, I don't think he'll have the units to be able to defend. But look at that. He's already denying the gold minerals there. He's going to morph a Ravager and say, nah, you have to rally back to your main for the next minute. And a minute of mining time is massive, guys. The Marines don't want to move outside because they could get ambushed. I really feel like Terran players playing this map recently have looked bad. Like, this map, I don't know. I mean, BYUN still often wins with these weird janky openings, but oh, bad Overlord placement from SHIN. Bit too close to the edge. He needed to be a bit more towards the center. Slight mistake for him. Does lose an Overlord. I don't know. I feel like there's Zergs should not be getting ahead on this map, right? We'll see what BYUN does. Maybe BYUN's going to be good enough for this 2-1-1, but I've seen him do this build before. It doesn't inspire me at all. I feel like losing this much mining time. You're on 1 base against 2 base mining. I mean, you're not too far behind on workers. This did cost a lot for the Zerg. But look at that. Ready to intercept. Worth stimming a few Marines to kill that Ravager as well. SHIN reacted pretty quickly, but Ravagers are fragile, man. He just gets chunked down. Now, SHIN's probably going to go again. This is something we've learned from Dark, is just keep attacking this angle, because every time you deny that mining, it is worth a huge amount. Not to mention, if you start with a bile, and BYUN doesn't realize, he might not react in time, might lose 2 or 3 workers. Look at that, 2 workers go down, and the Ravager runs away, and you shift-click it to come back later, usually. Now, he figures the Marines are going to come around the right side, so he's actually hiding on the left, which is incredibly cute. Problem, he's only got, well, he's got 15 Roaches, 2 Ravagers. He's actually got a very good army to defend. Roaches and Queens on the left, Roaches on the right. Ravager comes back, but, ooh, the tank. Now, you can still keep biling those SCVs as long as you micro it. But SHIN does not have enough Roaches here. Remember what I said about not being able to defend this third base? We're seeing that in action now, and he's F2ing right now. He's bringing back the Ravager, which means he's letting BYUN mine from his natural. Okay, he does end up defending, but now he's got to split his army back. Oh, split the army back. He's only got 1 queen over there, remember. And this is the power of the mobility. This is what BYUN's whole build is looking for from the start. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's only 1 drone, though. Pretty good defense. Queens and Roaches are out there. The fact that his Ravages aren't killing us the whole time, Dark would have killed 6 SCVs during this by running in, biling, running away. And as long as you come from the bottom side, you can do it without getting hit by the tank. Top side, I'm pretty sure you'll get hit. Because BYUN's... okay, that's good play. Does throw 2 biles on the same spot. Not that efficient, but that's okay. Shin's playing kind of frantic. He's only on 40 drones. BYUN's on 47, and his 3rd command center is coming up. So if Shin doesn't find a chance to just drone, he's going to be screwed. And he's already been supply blocked. You could tell he kind of panicked against that Marine drop, guys. He built 30 Roaches to deal with 16 Marines and 2 medevacs. This is the advantage of BYUN's build. BYUN's supply might suck right now, but as long as BYUN plays efficiently, I think he's okay. Now, the Marines are trying to catch the Ravager. The Ravager... The Overlord's seeing this. The Ravager should just hide. Hide the Ravager. Because he knows that... He's like, look, BYUN doesn't know I'm here. So wait until BYUN goes away and then come in and start biling it again. Yes. Shin should wait even longer. Personally, I'd wait another 10 seconds, but he's like, whatever, get in there. Gets an SCV. Those Marines have to go back. Ravager's probably going to do one more bile wave, I would say, before the Marines get on top of it. Don't... Yep, he's like, quick! Try bile the SCVs, but BYUN reacts quickly. Nicely done. 1-1 is on the way. Shin's on 51 workers, though. No 4th hatchery just yet. A 4th hatchery, really important, because your gold's going to mine out very soon. Remember that those gold bases mine out so quickly. These 3 patches are already almost gone, which means you're only going to be on two and a bit bases, like 2.5 at most. So this is kind of crazy. Did I hear the Diva announcer? Yes. Shin and Estrella are 2 of the most Chad gamers out there. They both play with the Diva voice pack on. They feel like the high-pitched voice adds testosterone to their play, is what they've heard. Makes them feel more macho. You know, nothing like a... It sets off some part of... I think we call it the damsel in distress part of the male brain, where they're like, oh, I gotta impress the girl. It's actually funny. I was watching a prank the other day where they filled up a couple of pot plants with one of them with cement and one without, and then they just like stood outside a gym, and the guy was like, oh, can you help me move this? And then he'd pretend his one was really heavy when it wasn't, and then the guys would be like, try to pick up the other one and help him carry it to his van, and obviously they couldn't move it, or barely. You see these guys like straining and stuff, and they'd be like, oh no, I'm gonna hurt myself. How's that so heavy? What's going on? And then you'd see like they'd do it if there was like an attractive girl or their girlfriend nearby, and the guys would go berserk trying to pick up this pot plant. It was wild. Like, I was like, oh, these guys are gonna hurt themselves because there's a girl there. Like, there's this thing. Sometimes man brain gets very stupid. And I was like, oh my god, they're like, must impress, and like, I was like, oh man, I would not be surprised if a few of them strained their backs, because they would just like man mode it, pick it up, and somehow lift it. Anyways, that's what I'm saying. Right now, Shin's trying to man mode and pick up BYUN, because he can hear Estrella. He can hear, sorry, not Estrella. He can hear Diva in his ears. BYUN's getting good value though, and I think the economy is low enough for Shin. BYUN knows he can play this slow and total up, and this is often how BYUN plays. I would describe the BYUN versus Shin matchup as one where BYUN likes just killing people, but unless he gets early momentum, he kind of just has to turtle up. Oh no, not quite. So close, Shin. So close. Goes to Hail Mary. He often has to turtle against Shin, does BYUN, and play late game against him. And it's a very even match in late game. This time it's going to be Lurker Viper against it. Now, I wonder if Shin plays the mass changeling stuff that Rogue's been doing. I doubt it. It is very much like a Rogue special. I've tried it a few times on the ladder with mixed results. It is good if the game naturally slows down. That's another thing I've really learned. Like, if the game's naturally slowed down, you're just trying to hang in there because maybe you're a bit behind as the Zerg. Mass changeling's really good. Shin might feel like he's in a good position because he's had so much map control. The problem is that, yeah, you got map control, you don't have great creep, your 5th base is kind of slow, you're only at 68 workers, so you're also on roach supply. It really feels he's killing his own Ravagers right now. What? Guys, he just killed his own Ravagers. What? I know they waste supply, but surely you'd get rid of roaches before you get rid of Ravagers, right? That's crazy. Do they show up in units lost tab? 5 Ravagers, yeah. I know they use 3 supply rather than 2, but I mean, I would always save those Ravagers for the potential value. The Diva voice pack calls that as well. I don't. She's like, my dad always kills his upgrades or something. Like, what are you talking about? There is a voice line where she says, my dad always upgrades that one. I assume her dad taught her how to be a StarCraft world champion. I don't know. Lurkers are morphing. Ghost Academy's coming in. BYUN's going to Mega Turtle this. This is the sort of style, like, I think against this style, Mass Overseer Changeling off 90 drones is actually a really good counter. Like, if you can get BYUN to turtle up, he plays so slow. The other thing is that, what have we recognized? Anyone who's watched my commentary of BYUN's late game over the last year, what have we learned? There is a certain unit that gives you a free win every time you play against BYUN in late game in this matchup. Anyway, hold that thought. Blinding Cloud's coming in. Planetary's there. Abduct on the Siege Tank. Lurkers are in a very good position. Abduct's on the high ground. Can he take care of them? Nice Lurker Roach Ravager positioning. Really well done. I think that medevac may have gone down on that right side. There were so many spores there. Maybe F2'd back through it. Lurkers are sieging this base. There's still 2 tanks there. Very good Viper usage so far. I was going to say Broodlords is often a way of free beating BYUN because he's always so heavy on siege tanks. When he turtles, he plays mass tank. No, the medevacs are still over here, guys. Shin's doing really good damage. He's going to deny the gold base. Oh, all the upgrades are here as well. The planetary should be safe for now. Like, it'll survive for a while. Roaches defend on this side. Shin did not have a big economy for a long time. He's on a mostly Roach army. This was not going to be a good position if this went too long, but look at that. He biles the eBay and gets in, gets out. Lurkers are slowly getting sieged down. It takes a while, man. It takes a lot of tank shots to kill a Lurker, but he's going to bust the middle because he just pulled the whole army out of position. Tank on the high ground does help out. SCV Mass Repair. SCV Mass Repair, Marines, Ghosts, tanks coming in from all sides of the planetary. It survives! Shin may have gone too deep, but wait, no, he crushes this south side. His Lurkers are still doing insane damage. Remember, you need to retarget your Lurkers so they change from the planetary to the fighting units because they don't consider any difference. They say planetary can technically attack me, so can army units. They both have the same threat. Abducting a Ghost and a Marauder in, clicking the orbital. Dude, Shin is smashing face right now. And once again, we are seeing Dynasty go in the Zerg's favor. Shin and Dark have changed my mind on this map completely. Reyna was one of the first ones as well, who just played completely standard, tried to take the 4th on the gold, almost beat BYUN, nail-biting BYUN victory in that one game. But since then, just rushing the gold on the outside, Shin and Dark are crushing with this. Awesome play, game 1 for Shin. All right. Going into post-youth. BYUN now in the bottom left. And Shin is once again going gold base first. What a Chad Gamar. I'm telling you, man. There is a test. A lot of people take gold bases and they die brutally to a savage neurotoxin called Marine Tank coming in here and actually killing them almost, not instantaneously, but through some of the most excruciating pain ever. Now, if you pass the Chad Gamar, it's basically you are walking a very narrow line between, you know, keeping the gold alive and not completely destroying the rest of your game. And if you can manage to toe that line, you may get praised as the Lisan Al-Gaib of Zerg vs. Terran and greedy gold bases. If Shin can do this 2 games in a row, I'm going to be very impressed. And I don't think BYUN expects it because it's normal for Zerg to just take the inside base. But now he's going to take that as a 3rd, get a few free gold mineral patches there. Already 5 workers on the gold. BYUN's Reaper's going to arrive and go, what the hell is going on, mate? Factory goes down. No second gas just yet. 2 Marines building. Cancels the Marine. Builds a reactor. And he does see that link speed has started because gas has been pulled off. Can he get himself a drone? Doesn't look like it. Reaper dancing around here. Any queens coming up? No, queens aren't out yet. Fair call. 1 Zergling kill and a drone does escape. Good play. He's going to put a creep there. So Shin's already getting creep. That kind of protects this side a little, but he can also spread down the ramp to connect his bases. He does go for an inject on the gold base. Once more dudes popping out there, and it is a 3rd command center. Now, BYUN's going to come over here, see if he can harass a little bit more. Maybe get a drone if he's lucky, but Shin's on point. And the Zerglings are guarding well. Now, Hellions can dart in from the right, they can dart in from the left, or they can scoot around in towards the main base. So you need to be ready to block your main and defend this gold from multiple angles, including the high ground. I would say the high ground's most annoying. Hellions scooting in from that side, shooting from the high ground can be a real menace. Second barracks comes in, so he's going to go 2-on-1 afterwards. Stim Marines, going to be the name of the game. Once again, pressuring here, boosting up, dropping in the back. Hard for Zerg to cover that ground. Shin did it with Roaches last game. This time he's playing Zerglings. No, he's still going Roaches. It's link speed into Roaches, and he's going all in. The second gas and the Roach Horn both being so early after opening link speed, that just tells you he is intending some vicious savagery. It's going to be a probably 35 drone Ravager Ling attack. 2-1-1's very safe against that, and Shin doesn't know he's up against the 2-1-1, so he might try to back out of it when he sees this second barracks Because this, yeah, let's go to Shin's vision. Let's see when he realizes this and see if he pulls off gas. Does he sees 2 barracks? His production tab. I'm watching his production tab right now, guys. He's supply blocked. He starts a lair. Yeah, he's backing out of it. He's going to drone up. He should pull off gas as well. He should be pulling off gas and putting them on the minerals. See, he's going to drones because you can't really break a 2-on-1 player, especially up this ramp. He does get his Overlord out of there, which is nice. Very good scout and reaction there from the Diva man, Shin. The Diva announcer is definitely guiding Shin's decisions right now. Yeah, he was going to go deep, but then he was smart. Didn't go too hard. He's got caution. Hellbat timing. Oh, this is really bad for BYUN. Hellbat timing against a Roach Warren is not good. On the other hand, he hasn't used the Roach Warren. Could be good. Shin's going to go just Carapace for now. I can't afford double Evo after spending so much money on Roach Warren second guess. If he builds Roaches from now, Shin's going to crush this attack. But remember, his early drone count was not as high as he would have liked it to be. Overlord doesn't get a chance to do a poo. You could tell he was going to drop a bit of a carpet there, do a bit of Overlord creep drop and try to delay that. Great creep on the right side. But you can see the creep in the back is going to take a while to fill out, right? He's spreading it out now, but it is going to take a little bit to get all the way across the map. I mean, that being said, oh, Queen's in the open. Oh, no. Shin's going to lose 2 Queens. Great blocking. Oh, BYUN. Warcraft 3 style. Very sexy. Very sexy. He could morph his Hellbats right now and just go. Link counterattack's going to be nice. 8 more Roaches building. This is really good that Shin sees this ahead of time. So even though he loses 2 Queens, which sucks. Oh, BYUN. No, not like this. BYUN! BYUN, what are you doing, mate? BYUN! His orbital command center just dies to Zerglings and BYUN GG's. Oh, no. I was like, we're going to have a Shin BYUN finals. It's going to be epic. I didn't expect the epicness was watching BYUN waking up in the middle of the night, realizing he's crapped the bed, and then just in shame loading his bed sheets into the washing machine. That was not a good game. Oh, Shin crushes it. Once again gets away with the gold base. 2-0 lead. All right. Game 3, and he better step up now. He's not looking like he's in very good form today. I think he did stay up late last night to play the Wardy Cup and the Kalaris Roddy Steadfast Cup. I know last week or the week before, at the very end of it, BYUN did say, so tired, going to sleep. So if he's done this again and stayed up multiple days in a row, or, you know, just basically completely skipping sleep. Just to give you guys context, it's about, I think, 1 p.m. or midday in Korea. So kind of late to be going to sleep. BYUN's no spring chicken anymore. He's been competing for a long time. He should be getting close to 30 years old, maybe already 30 plus actually at this stage. I mean, he won his world championship 8 years ago now, and he was already a veteran at that point. So yeah, I would not be surprised if he's over 30 years old. Anyway, Shin's going to go for a pull first into an expand. Now, personally, I'd love to see the old Dark build. If you think BYUN's not going to scout here, not the old build, the modern Amphion build from Dark, build 6lings, rally out, and then go 3-hatch gasless. But he's actually building drones, not saving any lava. So Shin's actually just going to build maybe 2 Zerglings and just play mostly defensive. So just I'm going to annoy you with 2 Zerglings and see what I can get away with. No gas just yet. So maybe it is a gasless build, but potentially, yeah, he's moving out now. Hatchery is nowhere near done. He's going to go take a 3rd. Okay, so it's a 3-hatch gasless build with just 2 Zerglings to distract. So he's trying to play very greedy, distract BYUN. I imagine you play Roaches after that. On this map, it's really hard, though, to defend. I mean, the Wall-Off's good. You got to go Roach Warren here, Evo Chamber there, Queens to block off, and then just basically rally drones back from your 3rd behind your Wall-Off. There's no way you can get drones on this 3rd unless BYUN skips Hellions, which he's not going to. He is building a factory. Reaper going past on the map right now. Zergling's coming in. I'm really cheering for BYUN here. I want to see him make a comeback and give us some more games. It's one of those things where, like, if it is that he stayed up all night and he ends up getting 3-0 to, there's part of me that's like, oh, this is annoying. That sucks. Like, why'd you do that? But then on the other hand, it's like, well, why did no one beat him? How'd he get to the finals? You beat a bunch of really good players to get here. So it might just be that Shin has BYUN's number today. We'll see how it goes. Reaper dancing around. Good SCV pool. Doesn't lose much building time. Doesn't lose a Marine. But there's only 2 Zerglings. So I think that's super fine for Shin. The Reaper now going to bounce around. If you can get rid of the Reaper, it's big. The problem with the Reaper is not only does it heal with the regeneration, It also can bounce your queen out of the wall and potentially get in. Now, gas goes down, first gas, 255. And that's obviously way too late to get in his Zergling speed. Yeah, he wants to go Roach Warren. He's going to go Roach Warren. Doesn't quite have the money for it just yet. Reaper comes in. Kind of backed away once or twice with the drone. I'm not sure if he was thinking of hiding it or you're just worried about the Reaper actually sniping. Now, BYUN realizes this is a greedy build. He's seen the third hatchery timing. He knows exactly what's going on. And he did when he poked in the main, saw no one mining gas there. No one mining gas there. I think he knows exactly what's happening. So, third command center on location. BYUN is going to fight greed with greed. And that's a very logical decision. Now, SHIN, second gas, Roach Horn, could go very aggressive. It's actually, this is an incredibly early Roach Horn. If you think about this, this Roach Horn, when did this go down? Just after 3 minutes. That's crazy fast. The hell, like 307. That's so early. And yet he's just droning up. He doesn't have any sign of ling speed. I guess, how many queens does he have? 4. Oh, 4 queens with the 5th one only now starting. Oh, okay. So SHIN's basically playing very low on queens. Normally with a delayed gas, you get extra queens to help defend. SHIN said, no, I'm going to just rush to the roaches. The roaches are a bit more mobile. They can scare the Hellions away. Good queen position. That wall off I was talking about. I've played this so many times. BYUN, one of the players who I found really frustrating to play against when I was doing my 15-15 with this sort of defense against him, because he's so good at just darting in and out like this. And, I mean, you did some good spore tricks. You didn't lose any drones. Great defense so far. But it's not over till it's over. There's still 5 Hellions out. Banshee coming in behind this. Marines will get rid of the Overlord. And that third command center morphing into an orbital on location. Second and third barracks are going to go down behind. That barracks was misplaced. BYUN notices it and corrects it. Good job. And he's going for a second and third gas. So double engineering bay will be soon to follow all the standard stuff. 6 roaches, 5 queens. Very well placed here, but oh, the wall off, the wall off, the wall off. Okay. Oh, the queen does get into the wall off and an Evo chamber. Oh, juicy, dude. SHIN even tries to block the Hellions in there. And that is a total of 3 Hellions, 1 Reaper for 1 drone and a few building tricks. Beautiful play by SHIN. I love the way he moved the queen to respond. What I do with this sort of early defense, every time I inject, I actually shift-clicked the queen back to the wall off, and then I do the rest of my inject cycle. So I've kind of built that in for this, whereas he actually had to do it reactively. If he reacted even a second slower, the Hellions and the Reapers could have got in and caused some big damage. But as it is, SHIN is defending perfectly. He's got a single Evo chamber going Carapace, second Evo chamber now finishing up, so we can go 1-1. Does he go melee? Range, okay. I usually go range because a guy like BYUN, known for being aggressive, you really want to be able to fight with your first 20 to 30 roaches before transitioning into Lingbane. To be fair, SHIN could just play lurkers. That is an option. I often discount it because it's quite weak against Tank Ghost, but Rogue is shown. If you know how to abuse the Overseer, you're almost always going to find a way in, aren't you? Tanks hanging around. More depots on the natural. So BYUN's macro is pretty good. Question is it good enough to deal with a Zerg that's at 70 drones at 6 minutes? Yeah, I think it's fine. I think this is good for SHIN. The thing is, SHIN's on roaches, so it's not the most you got to turtle, right? As BYUN, you got to kind of turtle, chill out for a little bit. And if you are turtling, the problem is, does he realize that he has to turtle? Because right now he's going 4th and 5th barracks before 4th command center. And remember, what did Oliveira say after Dallas? He said you should be rushing that command center if you want to play late game. Then again, it is Roach style, not Lingbane. Excuse me, sorry guys, just had to sneeze. I swear it's like every cast recently I have to mute to sneeze. Maybe my room's dusty. I had to do an extra vacuum clean in here or something. Anyways, yeah, I think you can get away with 5 racks, but second factory, 4th command center should come down in the near future for BYUN. Really well-timed armory, you can see that. That's going to time out almost perfectly with 1-1 finishing. 2 Infestors on the way. Ooh, SHIN's going to go Infestors for the control. Infestors are so good, man. If you can land some fungals on these Marines, trap them, could be a big one. Hives coming in now as well as Ling Speed. I expect +2 Carapace, +1 melee to be next on the menu. Carapace finishing. Let's keep our eyes on that. Second factory is down for BYUN. Against mass roach like this, double tank production makes the most sense. 4th command center does go down. Yeah, BYUN's preparing for a long game. He's not going to try and overwhelm him with a timing attack or anything like this. The roaches and the ravages do spot the medevacs. BYUN, oh my lord. Okay, luckily SHIN didn't shoot all the biles at once. If SHIN waited till all the ravages were in range and then threw it, he could have actually killed both full medevacs. And what a crazy, crazy result that would have been. Bang the nesters there as well. Oh, the Marines here. Picks off a few Zerglings for just one Marine. Very nice trade, but watch out. The Infestor's here. The Infestor's here. The moment he gets high ground vision, Shin's going to throw it. Oh, BYUN getting caught by the Fungal. Really struggling. Second Fungal goes down to secure the kills on the medevac and those Marines that are going wee topsy-turvy as they dissolve, floating to the top of the ocean into tiny little pieces. We talk about the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Well, apparently the Great Ocean-borne Garbage Patch is made up of dead Terran. This is a really good position now for Shin. You've got a 5th base, 83 workers, a monstrous economy, untouched creep spread, and honestly, BYUN needs to wall off. I actually think this is such a desperate spot now. He needs to wall off his 3 bases. He's on 80 workers. He can play a longer game. There's still a lot of roaches on the map. I'd love to see BYUN build another command center there, and then maybe get like an engineering bay or 2 there, just so the units have to kind of go around a bit. Because we've got Massling, Roach Ravager, Baneling Nest, Ultra Cavern on the way, all this sorts of stuff. And it kind of reminds me of those games in Dallas in the finals where Serral would get ahead and just A-move BYUN, or Maru, I should say. BYUN's kind of in that same spot Maru was, where it's like, it's okay if this game goes for like 3, 4, 5 minutes, you'll max out and have a good army, but right now you're down massively in army supply, and you're not even building Marines. He's gone double command center, second armory, Ghost Academy. No, you need to keep building Marines. This is exactly like those Maru vs. Serral games where he just stopped building his barracks. He's got 8 barracks. He's not using them. Ultras are on the way. Guys, if Shin commits to an ultra timing, BYUN's dead. He's just so low on supply. Okay, there we go. Marines are building now a little bit. Tech labs on those barracks, super necessary to get some marauders up. I love the safety tank on the high ground. He's got the tanks trying to cover the 4th base, but right now he's wide open over there. 1 tank goes down to 3 siege tanks down. The Marines were nowhere to be seen. They were out posturing on the map trying to clear creep, which, as important as it is not as important as keeping your tanks alive. Now at 90 workers, BYUN needs to pump units. He's got Marines and Marauders building. Ultras are out though. Chitinous plating's almost here. It's 1-2 Ultras, and BYUN, he's not building Marines again. He's not got concussive. He's not building Marines. He starts +3 armor. He's got what's he got a second armory for this early? He is not respecting the fact that Shin can come across the map and kill you. Shin has a giant ultraless timing. This is going to be near impossible for BYUN to stop. He's down 40 army supply. Good luck with that, mate. The tanks are in the open. None of them behind wall-offs. All just sitting out in the open. Remember, 3 tanks died in the previous fight as well. This is an easy series for Shin. And it just shows that Shin has shown up in another level today. Gotta say, I'm a little proud of myself. I think I gave Shin a closer match than BYUN did here. What the heck? Oh, man. I mean, the gold-based greed was so nice early on. And then he got 3-hatch greed this game. This was really reminiscent of that Serral finals. Remember in that Serral finals? Serral got away with crazy greedy build after build after build and was often able to just overwhelm Maru. And this kind of felt like that. Shin got the gold bases up game 1, game 2. Game 3 got the gasless 3-hatchery up. Defended those Hellions flawlessly. I once again just want to highlight, was it like 4 minutes or something? Those Hellions couldn't find any damage. Remember, these Hellions were getting wrecked. And they went back from the roaches. He doubled back in. I thought they would find at least a few drones, but the Queen got there to block. The Evo chamber block was good, and the Hellions just couldn't find anything. So BYUN's opening fell really flat, while Shin's greed paid off big time. Beautiful play by Shin today. Crushes the semis versus Straya, crushes the finals versus BYUN, and also roasted a bit of pork in the quarterfinals as well. Hey, I made it to the 20-minute mark. I had a 20-minute game with Shin today. It was fun. GG, well played though to Shin. Really well played.